How's it going, guys? Higgs here, and welcome back to the channel. So today, the brand new title update 1.0.6 dropped in Assassin's Creed Shadows, and with it, it brought a new ally, it brought a new quest, it brought a new difficulty, it brought some open world changes, it brought some fixes, some other changes that you can make within the menu, and we was all wondering, is it going to be good? Short answer is, I'm happy to say, yes it is. We're going to go over it in this video, but before we crack on, if you find yourself enjoying the video, please hit the like button as it helps the video and the channel out massively. And if you haven't already and you're into all things Assassin's Creed Shadows, Assassin's Creed and gaming in general, hit that subscribe button for more content in the future. So first up is the character and new ally called Rufino, and he's a really good character. He's voiced extremely well and he's really likable. So you're going to find him over in the hideout, and he is actually hiding out, believe it or not. But then some dialogue happens between him and Tamiko, who recognises him, and then you will set off onto a ship for a critical encounter where you'll need to destroy the research. After doing that, at the end, he will then come in and help you, and just watching him fight was quite refreshing. He's got his sword and he's got his gun, and he's actually a really useful person to have along your side. But after all of that, there's some more dialogue, and you're thinking, okay, that was a cool little mission, job done. No, it opens up a whole another load of stuff. We've got, without going into too many spoilers, because I'm not going to, because I know there's going to be people that haven't played this yet, there's stuff to do with the Templars, I'm happy to say, and you get a whole brand new organisation of people to hunt down and kill. Great, right? For a free mission, I wasn't expecting this at all. After what we got with Louis Froy, I was like, okay, it's probably going to be this fetch and grab, destroy the research, job done. But no. Well, after it happens, you then go into some big mission, got to kill the organisation, a great cutscene happens at the end, and then he becomes your ally. And I have to say, I was so happy because we needed something like this. Ubisoft needed to do something like this. Post-game has been a little bit bare bones, and it was just nice to have a bit more substantial mission to play, and I really enjoyed it. And I think if you haven't already, you're going to thoroughly enjoy it yourselves. You will not be disappointed. The only thing I didn't like was the actual critical role store, like the weapons. I thought they could have been maybe tied to the mission. You do have to buy them in the store for Helix credits. Unfortunately, they're 1,000. We'll go over that in a bit because they are really cool, I'm just going to say. But I thought this mission was done really well. The character was voice acted really well. And I have to say, it gave us some lore, a little bit of lore, which has been much needed. Then after that, we had the new nightmare difficulty. So I played it straight from the off, and I can tell you now, I found it extremely challenging. The enemies, they're sharper, they're way more aggressive. You can't be sneaking around and making noise, because it doesn't matter if you're now A or not, they will catch you, and they will charge you. And the perfect parrying on nightmare mode is like, it's spot on. You've got to be 150% perfect, otherwise you are going to get knocked back and they will hit you straight away. It was a good challenge, and I think it's definitely in line for more of the hardcore players of the game, which is absolutely fine. If you have just got into the game and you're just getting used to it and you complete the game and you think, oh, I want a bit more of a challenge, Nightmare I found really good. What it did make me wonder though was, could we have not just got a new game plus? We could have kept everything we did, new game plus, and then we could have made that gear we've already obtained even better. Ubisoft has showed that they can do it because the balance was great. It isn't just a bunch of enemies being more OP, just having more health. No, they've got different characteristics. The AI is a lot better. So well done there. That was actually a really good change. And then we got the VFX changes, which I did enjoy. I have to say they was a welcome change. So what you're going to want to do is go over to the interface menu, and right at the bottom you're going to see VFX customization. When you click into that, there you've got all of the changes for combat and stealth. So the parry indicator, I've taken that off. As you can see the difference here between it on and off. It makes it a lot more difficult. The special attacks indicator, I took that off as well. Honestly, having these off really does make you think that you just don't pay attention, really, because they're on, because you're always looking for the indicators. The vulnerable state one, I don't mind, because you kind of know when they're in a vulnerable state. The black and white ability was it was the best one out of the bunch for me, because that black and white ability, although I know why they did it, I found it quite jarring. To just have that normal was really nice, and the targeted kill was the same. I found that pretty decent as well. For stealth, you've got vanish. That is now gone. That white outline has gone, and I like that because it makes you just think a bit more about how the way you play. Last known position, I didn't bother with that one. The intuition I did turn off, because not just pressing LT on my PlayStation controller and just thinking, oh, there's all them goodies over there. It makes you explore the world a bit more, and as someone that's put in a lot of hours and completed the game already, honestly, you tend to pay more attention with stuff like this, so I like that change. The loot on dead NPC, I don't personally see the point in being able to switch that off, but for those of you that want that, you've got it. I left it on because I just didn't see no point at all. In terms of gameplay, yes, your difficulty tuning, that's where you'll go on to nightmare mode. And as you can see, enemies are at their deadliest. Perfect your equipment while optimizing your perks and masteries to survive. Learn enemy behaviors to create opportunities, and honestly, you really do need to do that. And then stealth as well. Enemies can easily detect you, stay hidden and silent to remain undetected. Like I said, if you're crouching and crawling through bushes and an enemy's right next to you on nightmare mode, they will hear you and they will come over and find you, and next thing you know, you're dealing with a situation with multiple enemies trying to attack you all at once. So definitely be careful. Try it, guys. Even if doesn't matter if you're not a great player or not. I'm not. I'm just an average gamer. But putting it on nightmare mode just really adds to that immersion. The one thing that I couldn't get to happen was the open world alarm system. I was going around openly defeating enemies, and I was doing it for a good while on stream, probably for a good 5 to 10 minutes, but I just could not get that to proc at all. So I don't know if anyone else is having issues with that, but it just was not happening for me. After you kill a few guards, it does say if you keep killing them, then basically an alarm's going to come and you're going to have a wanted level. I was doing everything. I went to 2 towns, nothing happened. So I don't know what's up with that. Maybe I was just unlucky. I'm not really bothered, because that's one of the changes I've been openly saying that I wasn't too bothered about, because I find guardians annoying at the best of times, and to have them in the open world chasing you without any additional rewards tied to that doesn't really excite me, if I'm being honest. But in terms of Rufino as an ally, he's got some really cool abilities. I've used him, and you're definitely going to want to use him in nightmare mode. He comes in clutch. So his active abilities at level 1 is take aim. Rufino joins the fight and deals bleed attacks, which is great. You get an affliction with him. Fantastic. Passive ability, kidney shot. Rufino shoots and fills the target's bleed meter. Then the next rank, which I haven't got, is destabilize. Rufino breaks the guard of blocking enemies. You missed. Oh, come on, boy. See you later, bro. Honestly, he is well worth it. I am really, really happy with this update. It's the best one they've done yet. I'm over the moon, because I just think the whole mission was great. And as you can see here, if we go along to objectives, we can go down. I have completed it and defeated them, but we've got the Seta River Killers. I won't hover over any of the enemies there, not to spoil it, but you get all of this with this free quest step. There's a good few hours, 2-3 hours of content here, especially if you're going to play on nightmare mode and challenge yourself. I had a really good challenging time playing this today. And another change I don't think I've mentioned was the headgear in cutscenes. This wasn't something that I was personally too bothered about. I know others were, but I'm happy to say that I think I am now bothered that it's here, and I'm happy that it's here, because having some of the headgear on during the cutscenes, like Yasuke's Dead by Daylight mask, which looks so good, having that on, I don't know, it made a difference. I can't tell you why. I think it just looks better, because in some of the cutscenes, you're in the midst of battle, the emotions are high, you've just finished fighting someone, or you're about to fight someone, you've got that mask on, and I think it just adds to the occasion. It just adds a bit more emotion to the cutscene in a weird kind of way without sounding silly. So I really did like that change. But all in, I think it's a really good update, and I think you should play it. It's surprised me anyway. As you could probably tell, I'm lost for words a little bit, because I'm just pleasantly surprised. But with that, we did get some store updates, which I do want to go over here, because yeah, I know it's a bit of a sore subject with us having to pay for stuff, but that's just the way it is. And unfortunately, this time around, some of the gear is quite good. The perks are pretty top tier, and it's all hidden behind a paywall, which absolutely sucks. So let's go over this right now. Kintsugi Jewel Pack. So we've got Recovered Hood, which is a now a legendary headgear, plus 50% of an adrenaline chunk after 4 successive hits. That's just 3 adrenaline chunks, because you're always going to get hits off. I hope this mask actually comes down over her face. If it doesn't, I just think that's wasted, because it looks super cool, and it's got a nice 40% adrenaline gain going on there as well. Then we've got the now a legendary light armor, Recovered armor, heal over time when adrenaline is full, so you're getting free healing there while you're out of battle or you're not using your adrenaline, which is great. Free healing's always good. Damage with tools 15%, and vulnerable damage is 30%. Give a crit damage of 35%. Then we've got Yasuke Resilience Armor, vulnerable damage at 30%, crit damage 35%. Then we've got a plus 25% damage for 2 seconds after a block or parry, which is insanely good. That's just totally, that's like 25% free damage right there. You cannot go wrong with that. Then we've got the Casa of Resilience, trigger Samurai Stand if 40% damage is taken in 3 seconds. I'm not overly keen on any perk that where you have to take damage. I've always said that in all of my videos. It's just not. I'm not a big fan of that. Same when I played games like Destiny and other looter shooters. I just wasn't a fan of them perks. But it looks really cool. These outfits look really cool. Then we got the Sharpened Ceramic Katana. Now, this is the best piece of gear for me. The perk on this is slow down time for 5 seconds after armor break. Now, slowing down time is really cool, but for 5 seconds, that's quite long. That is going to allow you a lot of time, especially when you're doing like Nightmare difficulty, because Nightmare difficulty is no joke. We've got adrenaline gain of 40%, which is really good, and we've got an ability damage of 11,426. Then we're going to move along to Yasuke's legendary long katana, the Elegant Ceramic Long Katana. This restores 15% health on posture attack. So again, you're getting free health with Yasuke. You don't really need it that much, but anything with free health is definitely worth having. Adrenaline gain and ability damage are really, really solid. Got the Shattered Mount if you're into that, and if you like tea, well, you're in luck, because we've got porcelain teacups as our trinkets, and that is plus 50% days build up on 4 consecutive hits, which is huge. Days is going to be quite an important affliction, I think, when it comes to Nightmare mode, or Nightmare difficulty, sorry. And plus 50% is great. You're always going to be getting hits off, especially the higher levels, because it's going to take more to kill an enemy. So you're always going to be getting 4 consecutive hits, and that is really good. Plus 50% if we come out of this and go into the Critical Role pack. Now, this I'm slightly annoyed about. Not too annoyed now after I've just done the missions, because this gear is really great. Now, if you look at this Tanto, how cool does that look? So we've got the Whisper Legendary Tanto, and it is, the perk is Shadow Piercer throws 3 Tanto, which deals 40% damage. That's absolutely insane. That's so good. Vulnerable damage is 30%, ability damage is 11,426. And then we've got this cool ass looking legendary katana, Sword of Fathoms, plus 5% critical chance and restore 20% health on kill. You're getting the best of both ends here. Such a great looking katana, and I'm going to struggle so much not getting this. Then we've got the legendary Kanobo, the Heart of Glass, Using Battle Cry triggers a chaotic rage. Can't wait to use this. I love Kanobos. They're just big beastly weapons that you can just bash enemies with. Vulnerable damage of 30% and ability damage of 22,160, which is pretty decent. And then you've got Legendary Tempo Bad News, which also looks really cool. Plus 15% damage, but 15% chance to misfire. So that kind of outweighs itself there. But if you do happen to get the plus 15% damage, you're going to be getting some good shots off with this, especially in this higher Nightmare difficulty. I wish it was free and included within the new mission, but that new mission with Rufino was epic. And we'll go on to the Hideout pack, because the Hideouts play quite a big part in this game. It's the Dragon Hideout pack, so we've got the Dragon Skin, which is cool. Then we've got the Celestial Dragon Lantern, a Carved Dragon Tree, which looks really cool. The best of the bunch, which is this baby dragon pet, which is so cute. I might buy it just for this. And then we've got the Fountain of the Sea Guardian. But guys, that is the end of the video. So my thoughts are it's a really positive update, and hopefully we get more like this or even better in the future. Let me know what you think down below. If you've played it yet, do you like it? What do you think they could have done better? Are you planning on playing it? Just, yeah, sound off down in the comments below. But as always, guys, if you find yourself enjoying the video at any time, hit that like button. And if you are new here and you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for more Assassin's Creed content and gaming content in the future. But as always, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.